Number 110. What is the molecular structure of the stable form of FNO2? And they give us a little hint that the nitrogen is the central atom. Okay, so whenever they're asking for a molecular structure, another way of saying this is that they're finding, or we have to find out, the molecular geometry. And the geometry is just basically the shape of the molecule here. And that's where this chart is going to come into play. But the best piece of advice that I could give you is that whenever they're asking for a molecular geometry or a structure or a shape of a covalent molecule, which is what FNO2 is, the best thing to do is to first draw the Lewis structure. Now, it's one extra step, but I promise you that if you can see the structure laid out in front of you, it would be much easier to pick the correct molecular geometry. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. Now, there's tons of videos on the channel designated to teaching you how to draw the Lewis structures. I'm there for you every step of the way. We go step by step with those, so you could always find those videos out. You could type in Lewis structure, in YouTube in our channel and comb through all of those videos. But let's get down to it. So we have FNO2. They did tell us that nitrogen is the center, so I have nitrogen in the middle, surrounded by a fluorine. So maybe I'll put the F up top here. And then I have two oxygens. So maybe, oh boy, these are crazy O's. 1 and 2. Okay. And maybe we'll just move the nitrogen up a little bit. Okay. So we have nitrogen in the middle, surrounded by the F and the two oxygens. For finding out the molecular structure, does it really matter that you kinked these oxygens and you put them, on the sides? Not really, no, because you'll still get the same answer. All they wanted was the structure. So now, let's find out the Lewis structure. It always comes from the valence electrons. That's the periodic table. Nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. It's in group 5A or 15. So I'm going to draw 5 dots around the nitrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5. The fluorine has 7 valence electrons because it's in group 7A or 17. So I'm going to draw 7 dots around the fluorine. And then oxygen is in group 6A or 16, so that's lucky number 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one was a little bit. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Now, remember, everybody gets a single bond first. Dot to dot, single bond, just to see if the outer elements have the octet. So I'm going to go dot to dot. So dot to dot for the nitrogen. There's a single bond. Dot to dot with the nitrogen and the oxygen. There's a single bond. And then let's just bring this up a little bit. He's like in outer space here. Come back. Jack, come back. Where's that from? Let's keep going, shall we? Okay. Now let's just check the outer elements to see if they have the octet. Fluorine is good. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's got the octet, so I can't touch this single bond. Now this oxygen, 2, 4, 6, 7. It wants one more, and across the pond, there's one lonely electron. So oxygen, being more electronegative, says, hey, give me that electron. Let's share it. So nitrogen, obliges and says, okay. So there's the double bond. And now oxygen is good. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's got the octet. Now, let's see what's going on here. This oxygen, 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, same exact idea as this oxygen. So maybe, right, this electron will want to make a double bond with the nitrogen, right? Just like the other oxygen. But then if we do that, let's just make sure that nitrogen has the octet. But in this case, nitrogen has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 electrons. Ooh. Nitrogen is one of the elements that cannot have an expanded octet. Can only have a max of 8. So instead, oxygen has 7. Nitrogen right now has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 electrons. So if nitrogen has 9 and oxygen has 7, and they both want 8, now this electron is just going to go to the oxygen. And that relieves both problems. Now the nitrogen has the octet, and so does the oxygen. Now, you could also do formal charges here, right? This is the most stable form of FNO2, but you guys can always check your formal charges, just for practice, right? I can tell you that there are some charges on this molecule. Can you find out which ones they are? Pause the video, see if you can find them out. And here we go. The nitrogen has a +1 because remember when we took that 1 electron and made it over here, it lost an electron, so that's +1. And this oxygen gained the 1 electron, so its formal charge is -1. And then that's why the whole molecule is neutral, that you don't see a charge in the upper right-hand corner. But here's the most stable form. Now, since everything is laid out, we can find that molecular geometry. And the molecular geometry is always based off of the central atom. So if you want to find a structure, the molecular structure, or a molecular geometry, or the shape, it's always based off of that center atom. So we're going to focus in on the nitrogen. And there's two things that we need to take into consideration. We need to take into consideration how many total atoms is it bound to, and the total number of lone pairs. Now, who is bound to the nitrogen? Well, the fluorine, the oxygen, and the other oxygen. They're all bound, they all have those bonds back to nitrogen. All roads lead back to nitrogen in this case. So we have three atoms around the nitrogen, and then how many lone pairs? Do you see dots around this nitrogen? I don't see any dots, right? There was no lone pairs here. I can't take these, all of these lone pairs because they're not on the nitrogen. So in this case, there's 0 lone pairs. And maybe I should have, let's see. Scoop. Am I going to get it? Oh boy. There we go. Okay, so 3 atoms, 0 lone pairs. The first thing we have to do is figure out the total number of electron pairs. Now this number, right, the 2 through 6, this is for atoms, or the atoms, plus the lone pairs. So we have to take that 3 and the 0 and add them together. And in that case, we have a total of 3. So we know that we are in 3 territory. So for anyone who has a 3 as far as their total number of electron pairs, you have 2 options. This is dependent on the actual number of lone pairs, where you have 0 lone pairs or 1 in this case. But we said that that nitrogen had 0 lone pairs, so the molecular structure would be trigonal planar. That's the name. Trigonal planar. Oh yeah, let's box it off. And, whoa. And for trigonal planar, the bond angles for trigonal planar is 120. There's no 3-dimensionality to this molecular structure. So if you think about it as like a 2D circle, and you have 3 slices, if you take a 360 degrees, which is a circle, and you divide it by 3, each piece would be 120 degrees. So that's exactly what this is basically talking about. That all of these angles are nice and neatly 120 degrees away from each other. And that is it. But the molecular structure is trigonal planar. I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for viewing the video. If you can help us out, please hit the subscribe button and tell your classmates or tell your friends about this channel. We might be able to help them out as well. Thank you for coming to the channel for your educational needs. We love helping you guys out, and we think the best way to go about doing well in your classes is practice, practice, practice. Practice with these videos. That's why there's thousands of them. We're almost at 5,000 videos between chem, physics, and math. So That's the root of success. Just keep practicing, all right? And we'll be here every step of the way. So check the channel out, and I will talk to you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.